Eddie and Chief Beck walking down towards the bat signal. It's estimated they're going to turn it on. There it is, right there at 9:19. The bat signal is on LA City Hall.
Hello, how's it going? So, it's a really nice day, as you can see. We're going up to a place called Thainston. It's about a half an hour drive away, I think. But it's a jumble sale, not a jumble sale, a car boot sale that happens every Sunday. So, hopefully we're going to get some records and some books. I'm looking for some Goosebumps books for Dan from Odd Pod, so hopefully I can find some of those. Finn's chum's just come into the park and he's not noticed yet, so he's away to tear off. We'll try and get him. Who's this, Finn? Who's this? Last time they collided and Finn bruised his leg, so hopefully he doesn't do that this time. But yeah, anyway, let's see what's going on today. Take it easy. Yeah, boy, we did well there. Really, really well. Okay, so there's an indoor bit as well. I'm going to go see. He's usually got video games. So let's see if we can get a Mega Drive game while we're here. Sweet. Tanner. So I was walking around filming everything, talking to myself, and I was not the weirdest person in there. Fucking hell. That guy selling the comics was insane. He had a Rebirth, DC Universe Rebirth, 150 quid. I was like, yeah, good evening, son. Good luck to you on that. Absolute nutter. That Batman, that X-Men book signed by Stan Lee was 250 quid. Crazy. So the video game guy, he was there with his mum. I was looking through those Nintendo 64 games, and she started like saying to him, "Oh, where's my tongs?" So he'd borrowed her tongs and not given them back, and she started hitting him. So I just walked away. I was like, "Yeah, this is all good. I don't need to see this weirdness." But anyway, let's go and see what I got. Okay, so I managed to get one Goosebumps book from a little charity shop. This one. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. It was the weirdest deal of all time. It was 3 for 99p, but I couldn't find 3, so it was 99p. I was like, how do you work that one out? But whatever, I just paid and left. But yeah, 3 for 99p or 99p each. But I really didn't want to buy 2 books that I was just going to throw away, so I just let them have them back for another day. That rhymed. Okay, how's it going? So we're back. We're home. Been everywhere this weekend. I saw a bear this weekend. 3 bears. Yes, so records. Let's see what we got. I got some singles. I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher. Hold the Line by Toto. It's a classic. They've both gone on the Spotify playlist. White Christmas and Winter Wonderland, Partridge Family. So I was chuffed for that. Hang on, there we go. Lonely This Christmas, a cover by Mud. So I can't leave Christmas singles behind. I'm getting really bad. Here's the book for Dan over at Oddpod. This is number 12, Dan. So if you get that scored off your list, if you want to go and check Oddpod's channel, he's collecting them all just now. He's got a fair stack already, but there's about 60 of them. So he needs to get a lot more. I see them all the time, and now that I'm actually looking for them, can't find them anywhere. I was down seeing my brother. That was where we saw the Bears. And he gave me this. I forgot I even had them. He must have found them when we moved out all those years ago. But those are some Mew stickers from that sticker book I bought last week before, the Pokemon sticker book. These are doubles that I had left over in this little packet. So that was sweet. Cheers, Blair. Right, records. Let's do these records. So there's a guy who sells solely records there. His whole operations run out of this like long wheelbase transit van, and things are not very well looked after, but he's got a lot of stuff and he doesn't ask a lot of money either. So I got 6 records from him for 15 quid, and I think I did really, really well. I've had to come home and see my trusty Pritt stick there. I've had to glue a lot of these covers closed, which is fine. Because they look a lot worse when they're split open like that, so you can kind of wangle for money, but it's easily fixed. But yeah, here's the first one. All Mod Cons by The Jam. This is their 3rd album. It's got Down in the Tube Station at Midnight, and it's got English Rose on it. English Rose is track 5 on side 1, but it's not listed. And also the lyrics for it are not in the lyrics sheet. Something about Paul Weller thinking that it all needed to be heard at the same time. Something like that, he said. It doesn't make sense without the music or something. So yeah, anyway. The Jam, All Mod Cons. That was probably worth 15 quid on its own. In fact, all of these probably were. From Nowhere, The Trogs. This is their first album. It's got Wild Thing on it. Track 1, side 1. I mean, what more do you need to say? This is mono copy. I don't know if it's first pressing, but it's definitely mono. It's got, you can actually see it there. It's got quite a nasty scratch on it, but it plays right the way through, no problems. So absolutely delighted to have that. Absolutely delighted. Space Odyssey, 2001. The Kubrick movie, and obviously Asimov, is it? Isaac Asimov book. But this is the soundtrack to the movie. So I got a bit excited because I saw this, and then I saw this, Clockwork Orange, and I was really hoping The Shining was going to be there as well, but it wasn't. But imagine that. Imagine if I got The Shining too. That would have been sweet. But yeah, really pleased with both of those. That's just the movie poster. That's a really sweet cover. That. And there's Alex. He's got a pain in his Gulliver. It's a horrible movie. Small Faces, Greatest Hits. I think I did quite well to get this as well. It's got Ichiku Park, Son of a Baker from Ogden's, which might be my favourite album of all time. It's got Rene on it, also from Ogden's, and Afterglow from Ogden's. And then, and Lazy Sunday right at the end. Here Comes the Nice, All or Nothing Live, Tin Soldier. Yeah. Great album. Great album, and it's on that immediate. I love the font for that. Whenever I see that immediate, I always hope it's a Small Faces, and this time it was, so that was cool. And then last, he gave me this for 3 quid. Well, I mean, I got 6 records for 15, so that's less than £3 each. the Beatles yesterday and today. Unfortunately, it's not the meat butcher cover, whatever you call it, but this one is, I don't know if you can see along the bottom there. Sorry, it's on the back. Along the bottom there, this is a Chinese bootleg. There's a load of like mad like Chinese beats on the back, but it's on see-through red vinyl, and it just looks like, look at the, it's just very poorly made. So I think it's gonna sound like shit, but I'm really chuffed with it. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother playing it, but yeah, amazing, so cool to have this. And yeah, £3 or whatever less. Right, I need to address something here. I feel kind of bad about doing this, but I have to do it because this guy is the reason that we're in this state we're in with our books. So this guy was at, I'm not going to give you any of his personal information or anything, but this guy was at that market that I was at. His name's Creepy Robot Collectibles, and he had some okay books. Most of them were crap, if I'm honest, but he had, yeah, that X-Men #1 that you've seen in the video. I actually had to ask Davis what that was because I didn't even know. So it was X-Men #1 from a 1991 series with a Stan Lee signature, and he wanted £250 for it. I was looking online trying to find them, and there's one with a Chris Claremont signature and Jim Lee signature, 2 SIGs on one book, and it's £28 or best offer. So I mean, this guy, he had a DC Universe Rebirth first printing, and he wanted £150 for it, and his prices were just crazy. And I heard him say to the guy, he gave a guy some free books, must have been his mate or something. I heard him say to him that he goes on to eBay and finds the highest price and charges that. He said, you'd be as well make some money off of it. And that is the kind of fucking rank amateurs that get us into this state. So this guy, Creepy Robot Comics, Collectibles, whatever his name is, if I ever see him, I'm going to actively tell people not to buy from him because he is shit. He's shit. He had Harley Quinn original series, book 13, book 23, something like that. £60 each he wanted for those. The guy doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing. I'm actually getting a little bit pissed off, so I'm going to stop. But yeah, Creepy Robot. Useless, man. Useless. Right, so I've calmed down. Marginally calmed down. So I got, did I show that last week? I got a Beatles record, Please Please Me. I think I did show it. Anyway, I got a mono copy, and I played it through, and it had one of those infinite loops in it. But I should have made it. I spoke to Tat about this, and he said I should have made another video. But I managed to fix it with a wooden toothpick, like a deep scratch in the record. So I was panicking too much to think about making a video. I had to get this thing fixed. So what I did was I played the record until it hit that infinite loop. So when it was cutting back, I gauged where it was on off the center sticker, so I could see slightly where the groove was, and then I went into the groove at the needle with a wooden toothpick, and I managed to prise the groove back open. It plays through fine now. I can't believe it. The whole record plays. So in my panic, whilst all of this was going on, I was like, shit, I need another one. I've messaged the seller, told him I'm sending it back, and in the meantime I bid on another one and won it. So I've got 2 mono, I think it's maybe, they're both exactly the same. I think it's maybe 4th impression. It's the first label that's yellow and black. If you look it up, whatever, it's the first one, because the very first Beatles album didn't have this parlophone. The first 3 pressings of it didn't. So this is the first time it goes into black and yellow, I think. So it's going to go up for sale, but if anybody wants it, if anyone's interested, we can trade for it or something. If anybody wants it, let me know. If not, I'll sell it, it's no worries. A couple of Harry Potters, Deathly Hallows. This is what's called the adult version. I mean, exactly the same, but just a different dust cover, and the cover isn't printed onto the book, it's just normal. So that's that one. So there's another whole set that I can be looking out for. And I got another Tales of Beedle the Bard. This thing's been printed so many times, but this one's the first printing. So I picked it up. Finally into some comics. I started watching this series again. I think I got 4 or 5 episodes in. Beware the Batman. This is issue 1 of a 6-issue series. It's really, really good. I love that. This is Anarchy here. He's a fantastic character in it. That's Alfred, believe it or not. He plays like an ex kind of CIA. He's younger. He's just a bit gnarly. He works really well in this series. And then Katana there. And finally, I got 1 to 4 of The Misadventures of Adam West. I read the first one of these this morning. Looks like it's going to be awesome. So really pleased to pick these up. That reminds me of Frank Quitely, but it's totally not. It's somebody else. But it looks like a Quitely cover. I don't really want to give anything away, but I'd really recommend finding this series. I think I got all 4 of these for a £5. Yeah guys, so that's it. That's everything this week. Cheers for watching. Sorry I got irate with that guy, but you can't excuse amateurs. And yeah, we'll see you for the next one. Cheers. Oh, if anyone wants that Beatles, hit me up, seriously.